Good evening, guys. Welcome to another class. Thank you for coming. How are you today, guys? Hello? Can you hear me, guys? I'm sorry. Can you hear me, guys? Can you let me know if you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, Brian. I got scared for a minute. Okay, guys, I hope you had a great day today. Today is Wednesday. And I hope you had a great Wednesday so far. And I hope you are ready to learn a little bit more. Yesterday, I forgot to tell you guys that we were starting intermediate 3 yesterday. So this is the second class. So that means that we are finishing unit 1 today for intermediate 3. So that means that we are only missing 4 more units, okay? And we are about to finish the course. Actually, we are just starting the last month of classes, but yes, anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you know. It's been more than 2 months already. And to celebrate that, I want you to tell me, guys, do you have do you have at the top of your head any specific topic that you have found very useful that you are implementing in your day-to-day English?
Yes, I was using, practicing which and who the class were yesterday, the yesterday classes.
Okay, where in your job or where?
My job, and I was reading about it too.
Okay, great.
I read the presentation again.
Wow, that sounds great, Brian. That sounds great. Thank you so much. It takes me a lot of time to prepare the presentations. And yes, if you go back to the presentation, that makes me feel obviously super happy. Okay, great. Thank you, Brian. What else, guys?
Definitely, teacher.
Definitely, okay? You are using definitely, okay? And now, why don't you use um probably or probably not? René probablemente no irá a la fiesta. How do you say that, guys?
Probably won't go to the party.
Excellent, excellent, very good. René probably won't go to the party, okay? Remember, guys, whenever we have an auxiliary, we are going to fusion not with the auxiliary, okay? Won't, will not, won't, and probably will be used before that. Perfect. Yes, Maria. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. So, yes, we are just celebrating that we have learned a lot. Also, what about the passive voice? What is passive voice? Do you remember anything?
When you talk about the thing and not in a direct, how do I say this? Not in a direct way, and your direction in the sentence is about the thing. Like I don't know. Actually, right now I don't remember.
Okay, very good. This is very common, guys. This is very common that you know what that is, but you don't know how to explain it. Okay, to keep it simple, when we use the passive voices, because maybe we are not emphasizing in the subject, but in the object of the sentence. In this case, my room was cleaned by my mom. Okay, my room received the action, and we are using this as the subject. Okay, toys are made in China. Okay, do you remember that? Made in China. All the toys. Now we know that toys are made in China. Okay, great, perfect. Rene, okay, and all right, guys, and many other topics. What can you tell me, guys, what was the first topic of this course?
I think regular verbs.
That was the second topic. The ed ending verbs, the regular verbs, exactly.
Present simple.
No,
Mm.
The present perfect.
the present perfect. Okay, that was the first topic, the present perfect. And what was the last topic? Newman doesn't know because he didn't come yesterday.
Relative clauses.
Relative clauses, okay? Very nice. If Newman, if you have any question about this, go to the YouTube playlist and watch the class.
Thank you, thank you. I got an emergency yesterday. Sorry.
Okay, not a problem. All right, guys. So with that being said, guys, we are going to move on because today we have another topic and we have some activities. Also, we have a homework assignment for today. Okay, so let's start, and I want you to take a look of these words. Okay, how do you pronounce these words, guys? Okay, calm. What about this one?
Statue.
Okay, perfect. This one?
Fountain.
Fountain. Okay, we are going to check. What about this one?
Pyramid.
Okay, we are going to check. And what about this one?
Hunt.
All right, and do you know the meaning for this word?
No.
Not sure, but seems like it is the place with water where you have fish, maybe.
Okay, all right,
Sounds
we
like.
are going. Yeah, thank you. You have a good idea about this. Okay, so guys, what is the tool that we can use when we don't know how to pronounce a word? From the tools, sorry for the spoiler here. From the tools that I have provided, guys, to you, which one can we use to check pronunciation? Of course, this one. Okay, let me share sound, okay? Let's listen to this word.
In Vinit's language, this was about inverting the pyramid so that you could unleash the power of the many by loosening the stranglehold of the few. And
okay, very interesting topic, right? But what was the pronunciation?
Pyramid.
Pyramid.
Vinit's language, this was about inverting the pyramid so that you could unleash.
Okay, perfect. Pyramid. All right, so that is the pronunciation, guys. Remember to use this, and at the same time, you can learn something. If you see, unleash, what is the meaning of this?
Liberar.
Yeah, unleash the power of the many. Interesting, right?
The power of the many by
losing the stranglehold of the few. What is this? You click here, and here you have a grip around the neck of another person that can kill by asphyxiation if held for long enough. Okay, so interesting, right? Interesting. So
loosening the stranglehold of the few and increase the quality.
And guys, use it, okay? Please use it. Okay, so with this being said, guys, we are going to start with this today. Okay, we are going to see some amazing places, okay? We are going to start with this. I want you to help me first enjoy this beautiful place, and I want you to help me describe this, okay? Who can help me describe this place, guys? Hmm?
It looks a little cloudy.
Okay. All right. What else? What else can you see here? You describe it.
There are a bridge in the middle of this town.
Okay. Okay, there is a bridge. Sorry?
Looks calm because there aren't a lot of cars or a lot of people.
Excellent. Very good. Instead of cars, we can see a boat. Okay, here. Yeah, imagine. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to reveal some words, and I want you to use them to describe this city. Okay, bridge, boats, river, and buildings. Can anyone describe this picture using these 4 words? Okay, Milton, try it.
Okay. Mhm. Mm, there is a big bridge that come across the river.
Okay, good job. Perfect. Now we have here. Can you please help me with this? Milton.
Okay, of course. Um, there is a large stone bridge with many lights over a calm river and some boats in front of some old buildings.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Milton, you said a big bridge. Okay, we can upgrade big because big is one of the, I'm sure this is one of the first adjectives that you learned, basic. And this is a large stone bridge. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. So we can upgrade this, and then with many lights over a calm river. Okay, and some boats in front of some old buildings. Perfect. Good job. And where is this, guys?
England.
England.
No, no.
Budapest.
Budapest.
Oh, Budapest.
Here you have the name. Excellent. Perfect. We are going to see this. A very well-known place. Okay. Now, without the words, can you guys please describe this?
I can see some vintage street lights, old building as well, or I don't know if it's correct to say ancient building. You know, it seems to me very old building, and some pyramid, crystal pyramids. And I don't know if this is a pond.
Okay, okay,
It's a
excellent.
fountain.
Okay, very nice. Fountain. Great, good job. And let's look at this. You use pyramid, light post. Okay, you said vintage light post, which is okay. And you mentioned the fountains. So good job. Excellent. So, Brian, let's read this.
There is a large square lined with lampposts and a beautiful glass pyramid. In the center, surrounded by water fountains, all of this in front of an ornate old building.
Perfect. Thank you. An ornate old building. In the previous slide, we learned old buildings, okay? But now we have ornate old buildings. What is this? Ornate, what is that? In Spanish, we can say that the Santa Ana Cathedral is an ornate old building. Do you get it? Ornate. Very elaborated. Elaborated means complicated, complex. So yes, ornate. In Spanish, we can say like lo barroco, all right? Lo barroco, that is an ornate old building. Perfect. And if you see, instead of saying big, we better use large. Large. Oh, there is a large square lined with lamp post or vintage lamp post. Okay, very nice. And glass pyramid. Perfect. Okay, any question here, guys? Do you want to see another amazing place? Learn a little bit more?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
I have a
So,
question.
yes?
When you talk about ornate, you are talking about the architecture of building or about age of building?
The architecture of the building, yes. How it is made.
Oh, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What is an ornate building here in El Salvador, besides the Santa Ana Cathedral? San Salvador Cathedral? No, right? Do you know any other building like this? I have one in my mind. Teatro, but el Teatro Nacional, maybe. Okay. But there is another church, very famous. What is the name of that church? El Calvario, right? Yes, El Calvario is an ornate old building as well.
I love that one. The artwork is brutalism. I don't know if that brutalism. It's very
Really?
interesting.
Can you believe, guys, that I haven't gone there? I haven't gone there. I want to go, but I haven't had time. Okay, let's see the last amazing place for today. Okay, this one. What can you see here? How can you describe this?
It's
Is
a
this a
beautiful place with a lot of nature around the house. And with a lot of air fresh.
exactly nature? And we will upgrade and be more specific with that word because yes, of course, this is nature, but what type of nature is this? This is very common and very Yeah, very common. Have you ever had a bonsai? It's like this, but in miniature, right? So this is, how can we call this? Let's see. Let's see the chat first. Bonsai, yes. Okay, so let's reveal the words. Garden. What type of garden is this? Okay, we will see. Pond. So we have the pond. So Brian, you were close. It's this. Yes, you can have fish here, I guess. You can have fish and stones. Okay, and pagoda is this type of building. Okay, this type of building. So please help me with this, Daniel. Daniel, I know you have a great English, so describe this place, please.
Well, I think the pagoda is very stylish. It's very authentic of Japanese culture. Also, the garden is very uh, greeny and exuberant. Also, the pond is quite crystal, no, crystal, and there are many stones that have different sizes and colors as well. And I can also see some fishes living in the pond.
Okay, I don't see the fish, but yes, maybe these are fish. Excellent. And remember, fishes, we learned this, that we have some, how do we call this? Fish is the singular and fish is also the plural. How do we call this type of nouns?
Irregular nouns.
Excellent. Irregular nouns. Okay. Fish is an irregular noun, like deer. Deer, singular, deer, plural, and many others. So good. That was something that we learned in the course as well. All right. So let's read this, please, Daniel.
Sure. Um, there is a Japanese garden filled with trees and large stones around a small pond. In the background, there is a small brown pagoda and a clear blue sky.
Okay, great reading. Great reading. Okay, so guys, this was the first activity that I had prepared for you. Hoping that you can learn something, guys, that you can learn something or that you can put in practice what you already learned. So thank you. All right, so now we have this very clear and we are going to move on in the presentation. Any question before we move on, guys? No questions? Okay, so
Could you please share the link of the beautiful places?
excellent. Yes, of course, I will share this in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so guys, now before we do this speaking activity, I want you to think about this. Okay, I am in my English class. I want uh, to speak English every time I can, as much as I can. That has to be your mindset here, guys. Okay, if you have the opportunity to talk, do it. Actually, I picture myself in a French class. I would speak as much as I could in a French class, okay? Greeting everyone, being active learner. So the same I expect from you guys, the same. All right, so here you have a great opportunity to talk and to show off your knowledge. Here we have a character. I will show you some remarkable characters, people, okay? I want to know how many of them you know. This one, what is the name of this person?
My aunt. Jokes, it's Frida Kahlo.
What was the first name you mentioned?
My aunt.
My aunt. Okay. Okay, so mean. So mean from you. But what do you know about her, guys? Hmm? Desearía saber algo, coach, pero no sé nada. How do you say that in English? At least that I'm going to be very happy because you will be using what you have learned in this class. How do you say that in English? Desearía saber algo, pero no sé nada. I'm sorry.
I would like to know everything, but I know nothing.
Okay, that is good. All right, that is good. And you can say maybe the same with something that we have learned. Please tell me. I want to listen to that structure that we learned. Let's see the chat. I wish I knew something, but I don't, and I'm sorry. Exactly, Maria. Okay, what is this? We use for present wishes, we use the simple past. Okay, remember, for present wishes, something that you would like to be different in your present, you can use, oh, I don't know. I wish I knew something. Okay, very good. Excellent. So no one in the class know anything about her?
I think she's a very famous painter of Mexico.
Perfect. Okay, good. You didn't use anything related to yesterday class, but it was great. Thank you for your participation, Daniel. Excellent. Let's move on. What about this one? Maybe you don't, you are not into art. Maybe this.
The best businessman in the last decade.
Mhm. What else can you tell about him? His name to begin with.
He was, I mean, he's an engineer, and I remember that when I was reading his book, the entrepreneur that predicts the future. That's the book's name, if I remember. I think um, in one chapter it says that sorry. There was a reporter or people who made an interview with him, and he got rejected like 10 times. But when he got it, Elon Musk said that he loved that persistence. So that's why he chose him to make his book.
Okay, excellent. Very interesting. All right. Yes, maybe if you want to use yesterday's grammar topic, maybe you can say he is Elon Musk. He's one of the most famous businessmen on earth. And you can say he is an engineer whose work is to develop new technology for and some more information. All right, so remember who or whose, okay? Or even that is applicable here. Okay, can you mention some of his um, businesses or companies?
SpaceX,
SpaceX, exactly.
Teslas.
Tesla, okay. And Twitter. Excellent. Okay. So we knew more about the second character. Let's find out the third one.
The five or maybe seven best player in history, because the first one is the GOAT, Messi.
Is the goat Messi. Okay. All right. Good. Extra point if you use yesterday's grammar. He's a soccer player Who is the best soccer player ever? Very basic, but I'm at least using the grammar. So, De bicho, okay? Participate. Make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Mistakes accelerate your learning, guys.
He speaks the language that I'm learning right now, that it's which is Portuguese.
Okay. Very nice. So also, he's a soccer player who speaks more than 3 languages, right? He speaks Portuguese, he speaks Spanish, and he speaks English. I don't know if he speaks Italian because he played in Italy. Exactly, okay? So good. Excellent. No more information. Remember, you can add extra information, maybe not necessary information, but extra information. No? No more?
He's Cristiano Ronaldo, who has played in Real Madrid. Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent. Who has
He is
played in
the.
many.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
He is the soccer player whose nickname is El Bicho.
Is El Bicho. And he's recognized because of the onomatopoeia, right? I just invented that word. I don't know if that's the English for onomatopoeia, right? Very good. So he makes me do it. What is that? He makes me do it. Okay, and the last one, guys. The last one is this. Okay, excellent.
Beethoven?
No, this is not Beethoven. If you don't know, I won't tell you. Mozart? No.
Maybe you could give us a hint.
Okay, I can give you a hint. He's a philosopher whose philosophy is pessimistic.
Arthur. I don't recall the last name, but it's something difficult to pronounce.
Arthur Schopenhauer.
Schopenhauer.
Yes, Arthur Schopenhauer. Excellent. And you see, I used whose philosophy, okay? Something that belongs to him. Perfect. Okay, guys. And I do recommend some books. Maybe El Arte de Ser Feliz. Maybe you can read that. El Arte de Tener Siempre la Razón. It's another good book. This is the one that I showed you last time. And yes, it's very interesting. But his best book, but maybe I don't recommend it, is El Mundo como Voluntad y Representación. It's so dense and very difficult to understand. He says, él dice, su desaprobación es simplemente incomprensión. And that is true. I mean, it's very difficult to understand. But that is a topic for a different type of class, not an English class. All right, very good. Some trouble with my, okay, no problem, Albert. No problem. Okay, Socrates is good. Socrates is good. All right, and this is just a reminder from yesterday's class. Who and what? Ryan, please help me read these 2 examples.
She's the woman who cuts my hair. He is the man that I met at the meeting.
Very good. Excellent. And Brian, In which of these two sentences can we leave out this who or that?
We can remove that from the second example. We can say, he is the man I met at the meeting.
Excellent.
Because there is a pronoun, I'm sorry. I.
Excellent. Yeah, because we have a pronoun which is the subject, right? Excellent. All right, but in this one, we don't have a subject, so we cannot remove who. Perfect. Good job. And now we have the last one. Newman, please help me read this too.
Okay, of course. There was a 1 year warranty. Guarantee, how do you say that? Guarantee, which came with the TV. The laptop that I bought last week has started making a strange noise.
Exactly. Actually, this is wrong. This is the word that should be here because guarantee is the verb. Warranty is la garantía.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Exactly. So good job. Excellent. So yes, then we have the laptop that I bought last week has started making a strange noise. All right, very good. So just to remember yesterday's class, guys. And why do I bring in all of this? Because today's topic is pretty simple. Today's topic, guys, is just some adverbs that we can use. Maybe we are not using them, but I want you to start using them from now on. Okay, some adverbs like this. First of all, let's just omit this definition. Adverbial clause is just an adverb clause that provides more information. Okay, so when the sun rises, we will escape. When the sun rises, we will escape. Okay, we have an adverbial clause. Why? Because we are starting with an adverb. Remember, guys, we have many different adverbs. But to recognize an adverb, that word has to respond to any of these questions. When, how, who. Okay, a WH question. Here, we are answering the question when. When the sun rises, we will skate. Okay, so good. Here we have another one. Before. Okay, so please help me read this example, Maria. Or Marvin.
Before. The food will be finished before Magna arrives.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. All right, we have a future simple sentence, and then we have an adverb clause or an adverbial clause. Okay, why? Because we are starting that clause with an adverb. Okay, and that is a subordinate clause. Okay, before Magna arrives. Perfect. Okay, we use before to express that something will precede the other action. We have two actions, okay? One happens before the other. Good, before. Pretty simple, straightforward. Let's move on. The next one is this, after, okay? Which is the opposite of before. So please help me with this, Diego Rivas. Okay, Diego usually reports issues with the mic. Maybe he's having issues with the mic. So Milton.
Okay. He will finish the homework after returning from the zoo.
Okay, good job. Here it is the opposite. Thank you, Milton. Okay, this is happening after this. Good job. Okay, by the time. Maybe this one is not that common. By the time. All right. So please help me with this one, Albert.
By the time they finished, she had cooked dinner.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So by the time, okay? Excellent. By the time. What would be the Spanish for this? By the time.
Al momento.
Okay, good. Al momento que ella había cocinado, que ellos habían terminado, ella había cocinado la cena. All right? So by the time, al momento. All right? Excellent. Okay, so by the time, try to use it, guys. By the time I arrived, the teacher had already begun the class. Another one, okay? So think about your own examples, okay? Think about your own examples so you can use this. Excellent. Until or till. This is the same, guys. Until or till, but till is less formal. That is the only difference, okay? Until or till. You can use either or. Okay, so Daniel, can you please help me with this one?
Until till. We should wait until she finished her homework.
Okay, her homework. Perfect, exactly. So it's another one, until. And I know, guys, that you know the meaning, but maybe you are not using them. So that's why I'm not focusing on the meaning, but just bringing this to the table so you can use it. That is the main purpose. Then we have while or as. While, it's a well-known adverb that we have learned in this course, okay? So help me please with this, Andrea.
Teacher,
Yes?
yo me levanté un momento que significa by the time o en qué momento se ocupa.
Okay, by the time, okay, is al momento que something happens. By the time they finished, he had cooked dinner. So the example I gave was by the time I arrived to the classroom, the teacher had already begun the class. Al momento en el que yo llegué a la clase, el teacher ya había comenzado la clase.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Excellent. Okay. Uh, any other example, guys? Just to clarify this one, can you use this naturally and give another example? Push yourself.
By the time I was taking my English class, I was cooking.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Yes, that is also another possibility. You're replacing while but with by the time. So yes. Perfect. Okay, use it, guys. Use it. Remember, this is the main purpose of this class. While or as. Which one is the one that you use? While or as?
While.
Exactly, while. And the reason is because that is the most common one. Okay, as is not common at all. Okay, It's not common at all. So you can say, I began working while I was washing the dishes. And actually, while is another one that we learned in this class. Okay? So while, that means that two actions are happening at the same time. All right? Perfect. And if you see, I began working while I was washing the dishes. Okay? Perfect.
Teacher,
Yes?
I have a question. In my example about uh, er, by the time versus while, I may well I may use while in that example, or that's a alternative way to express something that you were doing while you been doing something else.
Okay, great question. And it's a good time to clarify. Most of the times, guys, when you want to express that something is happening at the same time, you are going to use while, as we have learned in the course, okay? And most of the times as well, you will not replace while with by the time, okay? I know that at the beginning, we have to just get used to it, but by the time doesn't mean the same as while. As means the same as while. But by the time is al momento que algo comenzó, había algo que ya estaba in progress. Okay? So that is the difference. That you are focusing that at that specific moment, okay, that something started, there was something else in progress. Okay, so that is the meaning of by the time. Okay, and it's not quite the same as while.
I would like to add the by the time maybe could be more related with we usually say para cuando.
Hmm?
Para cuando it's a more specific moment than saying momento. El momento is more something that is ongoing, but para cuando it's more like specific moment that is ongoing.
Okay. Okay, para cuando, yes. By the time, yes, exactly. And you can use it not only with the structures that we learned in this class, but with other tenses as well. Para cuando tú vengas, yo ya me habré ido. Okay, how do you say that in English? Try to speak naturally. How do you say that? That will be in the future. Al momento en que tú llegues, yo ya me habré ido. How do you say that? Not that difficult.
By the time I came, I already left.
Okay, all right, very good. Or you can say, by the time you arrive in present, en el momento que tú llegas, I will be gone. Yo me habré ido. Okay, so yes, excellent. And this will be, guys, more common sense. Okay, you will see, oh, while when you are talking about two things happening at the same time. And what is the difference between while and as? Number one, while is more common, a lot more common than as. But as is commonly used when the two actions are long actions. Long actions, okay? Long actions. And that's why we don't use it that very often. But let me know, guys, if you still have some doubts that we can try to clarify. And remember that instead of trying, of course, you can try to understand the grammar, but more important is that you use it, okay? That you use it. Perfect. And yes, we still have time to do some of this. Or actually, no, because I have to assign the homework. Okay, this was just a practice, but that was very easy and simple. So, guys, I just want to let you know tomorrow we have the activation class, or we have the speaking class. Okay, so for tomorrow, you have to prepare a one slide presentation about an app that you think is very useful for you and that may be very useful for your classmates. Okay, so here we have like 10, more than 10, 13 students. So imagine knowing about 13 apps that can be very useful for you. That will be great. Okay, maybe I'm going to learn about an app from you, or 2 or 3 or more, and that will be great. That will be helpful for me. Yes, Newman?
Yeah, but useful in any way. I mean, in sports or any kind of sector.
Yeah, any area. Maybe if you want to be productive and you found an app that helps you to be productive, share this with the classmates. Of course, guys, bring something that you think, oh, this app is amazing. I want to share with this with the class because they will find a use for this. Okay, remember that we are very similar people, guys. So I'm sure we will be interested in the same apps. So bring those apps tomorrow. Do you have questions?
What we have to do is talk about the app and the functions that it has.
Yes.
What
Show
is the
me.
homework for tomorrow exactly?
What is the homework?
For tomorrow, if we have homework for tomorrow.
Exactly. We do have homework for tomorrow. And since tomorrow we have the speaking class, we are going to prepare a small presentation about an app you can share or you want to share with your classmates. Example.
An app?
Yes, an app, an application. Don't bring WhatsApp, okay? Unless you have something applicable. But you can bring another app, okay? There are many apps, guys. So, yes, you can bring any app. For how long you have to talk? 2 to 3 minutes. Actually, 3 minutes because the regular crowd for the class is 13 to 15 students, so we will have plenty of time. So I think 3 minutes is a good time. So for 3 minutes, try to manage your time to include all the information and of course, which, okay, you will be talking about a thing, use which, use all the other grammar that we have learned. Okay, take this as an opportunity to use the grammar we have learned in intermediate 2 or in intermediate 1 and bring a nice presentation. One slide. Don't focus on your presentation, guys. Focus more on your speech. Okay, your presentation can be basic. That's not a problem. I'm not great in that. I want to listen the grammar we have learned, vocabulary, and you speaking fluently and naturally tomorrow. Any question? I see your faces like, what is he talking about? What do I have to do? Do you have questions?
No question, teacher.
Okay. No question. Daniel, no questions?
No, I think not. But I was thinking that I should be creative, but I'm not creative.
Okay, but one of the apps that you use in your day-to-day, in your daily life, okay, that you find helpful. If you have functions for the alarm, you can bring that, okay? That will depend on you. Okay, guys, so with that being said, if you have any question, Alon, please let me know, okay? Let me know and I'm gonna try to clarify everything for you. And It's been a nice class. I have learned a lot along with you, and I hope to see you tomorrow to close the first week of this intermediate 3. We are missing only 3 weeks, guys. So let's take advantage of the time the most we can. Bonne nuit tout le monde.
Teacher, there's only 3 weeks left to finish the intermediate 2 or to finish our education in this academy.
Yeah, this is intermediate 3 already. We started intermediate 3 yesterday. So 3 weeks left for the whole course.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow.